I'm making this video because we need to pray for Ireland. Ireland is no longer a Catholic country, and they used to be a great Catholic country. I mean, St. Patrick, he wasn't even Irish, but he got called over there by God, and he converted all the Irish people to Catholicism, and they ended up saving the rest of the world so many times because they were so passionately Catholic. They made so many missionaries, and they made so many schools, and they went out and they saved the world, and nowadays, it's not even discernibly Catholic. We need to seriously pray for Ireland. As you know, I'm a Catholic speaker, and I love to go preach the Catholic faith and to teach people how to learn it and to live it out with purpose and passion in their daily lives. And I got invited to Ireland because I gave a talk on the New Age movement. I gave a weekend retreat on the New Age movement because the New Age movement has destroyed the country of Ireland in many ways. In fact, they said that 9 out of the 10 seminaries in Ireland have already closed. They're closed. And they say there's rumors that the 10th one's going to close. So in other words, if you want to become a Catholic priest in Ireland, you actually have to leave the country of Ireland to become a priest. That's how bad things have got. That's how bad the New Age movement has decimated convents and seminaries and nuns and priests in pretty much the whole country of Ireland. We wonder why there's so many scandals and so many bad things happening over there right now. It's because they've given up their Catholic identity in many ways. When I went over to Ireland, I mean, the United States, is kind of faithless and is going downhill morally in a lot of ways. But when I went over to Ireland to speak, I was genuinely shocked. I was genuinely shocked on how bad it was, how not Catholic it was. And in fact, the churches over there, have you ever seen the movie Sister Act? Remember the beginning of the movie when there's like 8 people in this huge church? That's kind of how the churches in Ireland are, and it's really scary. And the worst thing is, like in different parts, they'll have between like 3 to 5 churches, and they'll have the big like mother church, and then they'll have these 3 or 4 smaller churches. And the bishops, they want to close these churches because they can't afford to keep them open. But the people, they don't want to close the churches because they've grown up there, but they also don't give money either. They refuse to give their money to keep the churches open. So it's the bishop, he doesn't have I don't know how to say this nicely, the strength to do what's right and just to close down the churches. But the people are kind of keeping them open, but they're not even going to church anyways, and they're not giving money. So they're just wasting all this money. And one priest told me that when, the smaller churches, they're thinking about like leaving or something, or let's say like the pastor leaves, the big church will come in and kind of just take the money from all the coffings of the smaller churches and bring it back to the big church. And we wonder why they have no money. He said there's so much corruption in Ireland, even among the priests and stuff like that. In fact, Ireland actually voted for same-sex marriage. Unlike the United States, where we had it forced on us by crazy liberal whack jobs, they actually voted for it in Ireland. And in fact, the priests were telling them to vote their own conscience, to go ahead and vote for it if you want to, because it's not bad. I mean, really? Vote your own conscience, even though the Catholic Church speaks out against it, and God's spoken out against it? Here's the thing, parentheses, side note. If you vote your conscience, even though it's in direct contradiction to God, Jesus, and the Catholic Church, then you're only following the devil. That's not my opinion, that's a fact. Your conscience needs to be better formed because we can't follow what we want. We need to follow what God wants. And if God says something, we have to follow it. It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter how we personally feel. It doesn't matter. Our feelings mean nothing. It only matters what Jesus teaches. So for these people to actually say, oh, disregard the teaching of the church, disregard the Bible, disregard Jesus, you do what you want. No. We wonder why Ireland's imploding. I mean, in fact, Pope Benedict XVI was really concerned about the state of Ireland. He actually came over for a visit there, and they actually tidied things up and made things nice and brought out rosaries and made it look all nice, the priest said to me. And then as soon as he left, basically the bishop came in and said, now we can get back to Catholicism the way it should be without that guy. This is what the priest told me. In fact, there was it shocked me. It shocked me at the state of Ireland and how bad it was. How few people went to church. How few people even lived their faith. And in fact, they actually re-legalized the Druid religion. What St. Patrick got rid of how many centuries ago? 1700 years ago? They actually re-legalized it to get back in touch with their pagan roots, their history. And now they're actually replacing statues of Mary and Patrick and Catholic statues around the country with either pagan statues or just these modern art type things that have no religious relevance whatsoever. So let me ask you a question. Why? Why are we doing this? I mean, it's ridiculous. Ireland was a Catholic country forever. Since the late 300s, early 400s, they were a Catholic country. And St. Patrick made it that way, and they saved the world so many times, and now we're just flushing it down the toilet? For modernism, for secularism, for roads that lead to hell, we're flushing it down the toilet? Are you kidding me? Wake up, Ireland. Come on. I'm challenging you. I'm your brother in faith, and I'm challenging you. I want to be a modern day St. Patrick. I'll come to Ireland and preach as many times as you bring me because I want the Irish people. Let me just take another parentheses note for a second, because the people who do practice their faith still in Ireland, the ones who brought me around, the people who invited me over there, they're hardcore. They're really on fire for their faith. They love their Catholic faith. In fact, I know one guy, he actually went to Eucharistic adoration from 11 p.m. to midnight at the retreat house I was at. Then he went to Mass at midnight. Then he woke up at like 4:30 to do his rosary, and then he went to Mass again at 5 o'clock. I mean, these are like the Catholics that are over there who still practice their faith are really hardcore. They're really good Catholics, but there's so few of them left. That's why I'm so concerned. That's why I'm giving this video. That's why I'm saying pray for Ireland, because that's not what Ireland's meant to be. They're meant to be Catholic, and we need to pray for them again. We need to bring that back. We need to be modern day St. Patrick's who revitalize the nation, the island of Ireland. I mean, look at America. We celebrate St. Patrick's Day by getting drunk and having parties and committing mortal sin and basically blaspheming God and St. Patrick. Yay, we're so Catholic, we're going to get drunk and act like pagans. We need conversion too. We need prayer too. And that's why I'm asking all the people out there, who are hearing my voice right now, to consider the way you're living. Is it for Jesus? And do your actions match up with that? Or is it for the devil? And does it more correspond with that? And for the Catholics who are living their faith, join me in praying for Ireland. Join me in praying for me to get back to Ireland so I can preach to them and share with them the Catholic faith. Because there's nothing that changes your life like a life with Jesus. I mean, real life. When you really follow God, it changes your life. And when we give that up, it only leads to destruction. So let's all pray for Ireland and pray for me too. If you agree with this video and you like it, please like it, and please feel free to share comments down below. And most of all, please share it with other people so we can get this prayer chain going for Ireland. It's really important. Please keep praying for me. I'll be praying for you. God bless your day.